In this video, we will be dealing with a topic of ecology, that is the environment. Physical environment encompasses all the natural elements and conditions that surround us, including landforms, water bodies, air, soil, climate, natural resources, which influence human life and ecosystems. An ecosystem is a community of living organisms where the living organisms interact with the physical environment. The key elements of the physical environment are landforms. These are the natural features of the Earth's surface, such as mountains, valleys, plains, plateaus, and hills. Water bodies. This include oceans, seas, lakes, rivers, and streams, which are essential for life and play a crucial role in the environment. Then there is air, the atmosphere, including its composition and quality, which is vital for human and animal respiration and climate regulation. Then there is soil, the surface layer of the earth that supports plant growth and is composed of minerals, organic matter, water, and air. Climate. The long-term weather patterns including temperature, precipitation that is rainfall or snowfall, and sunlight which influence ecosystems and human activities. Natural resources. These are the materials or substances found in nature that are useful to humans such as minerals, fossil fuels, and forests. Now, the question comes in our mind is that how the physical environment influences human life. The physical environment influences the health of an organism as air and water quality, exposure to hazardous substances, and access to green spaces all impact human health and well-being. Food security, the availability and quality of food depend on the physical environment, including soil fertility, climate, and access to water. As the countries where the climatic conditions are very harsh, they import the basic food items. Economic activity. Many industries rely on natural resources and the physical environment can influence economic activities such as agriculture, fishing, and tourism. Sustaining life. The physical environment provides the necessary resources and conditions for the survival of all living organisms, including humans. The physical environment of the Earth is divided into different zones based on the climate, including tropical, temperate, and polar zones, which further are subdivided based on the factors like precipitation and temperature. Climate, the zones are as follows. Tropical zones, that is a zone that is located near the equator and is characterized by high temperature and humidity, often experiencing wet and dry season rather than distinct seasons. The temperate zone that is located between the tropics and the polar circles, which is known for its moderate temperature and distinct seasons. Here all the seasons are experienced like spring, summer, autumn, and winter. And the last is polar zone, which is located at the poles. It is characterized by extreme cold temperatures, long winters and cool summers, short and cool summers. The three zones are further subdivided on the basis of the precipitation and temperature. Tropical zone subdivisions. Tropical monsoon, that is characterized by heavy rainfall during the monsoon season followed by a dry season. Tropical savanna features a wet and dry season with grassland and scattered trees. And the temperate zone subdivisions are humid continental, experiences warm summers and cold winters with 4 distinct seasons. And the other is Mediterranean, which is characterized by mild wet winters and hot and dry summers. Then there is polar zone subdivisions. Tundra, a treeless, cold wind-swept region with permafrost. Ice caps, regions that are covered with permanent ice and snow. Except these, the other relevant environmental zones are deserts, intertidal zone, and biogeographic zones. Another topic that comes under this is the spheres of the Earth. Everything in the Earth system is placed into one of the 4 subsystems: land, water, living things, and air. The subsystems are known as spheres. Specifically, they are known as the geosphere, which is the land, hydrosphere, which is water, and biosphere, which are living things, and atmosphere, that is air. Environmentalists use this system to classify and study the organic and inorganic materials found on the earth. First is the geosphere. The geosphere includes all the elements that form the crust and core of the earth. Rocks and sand particles ranging from dry lands to those found at the bottom of the ocean are examples of geosphere. Examples also involve mineral lava, molten magma, and mountains. The geosphere undergoes constant processes that modify other spheres. One of the examples is the rock cycle. This is the rock cycle where lava erupts out during volcanic eruption and it gets hardened into igneous rocks, and further time, temperature and pressure converts igneous rocks into sediment, and then sediments are further converted into sedimentary rock. Then sedimentary rock are converted into metamorphic rock, and then metamorphic rock again gets converted into magma and erupts out as lava. This cycle continues. Next is hydrosphere. The hydrosphere includes all the water parts of the planet. It includes water on the surface, subsurface, and water vapor in the atmosphere. It undergoes infinite processes every day. The water cycle is one way to understand what is the importance of the hydrosphere, its functions, and how it supports other spheres. This is the water cycle, where the water which is present on the Earth's surface absorbs sun's energy and gets evaporated, and the evaporated water condenses, forming clouds, and the clouds following precipitation precipitate in the form of rainfall or snowfall, and the water is again returned to the Earth's surface. Next is biosphere. The biosphere comprises all the living components of the earth. It also includes organic matter that has not yet been decayed. This sphere hugely depends on the other three spheres as follows. The hydrosphere replenishes plants and animals with water and moisture. The geosphere renders a solid surface for the plants and animals to inhabit. It also provides heat from beneath the earth. The atmosphere screens the sun's UV radiation and helps us receive just enough of the sun's heat. A theory known as the ecosystem better explains the interaction of the biosphere with the other spheres. This is the diagrammatic representation of the various layers of the atmosphere. The first is troposphere, and the next is stratosphere. Then there is mesosphere, thermosphere, and exosphere. The gaseous component above the surface of the earth is known as the atmosphere. It is made of gaseous components and tiny water particles. The gases in the atmosphere are kept in place by the force of gravity. The heat from the sun is radiated to the earth and is reflected in the atmosphere. The heat from the sun warms up the surface of the earth and causes evaporation, thereby sending moisture into the atmosphere. The troposphere is the layer closest to the earth. Humans, animals, and plants live in this layer. Birds and aeroplanes fly in this layer of the atmosphere. In the layers above the troposphere, the air becomes thinner. Beyond the exosphere, there is space. This diagram here explains that each sphere of the ecosystem keeps on interacting with each other to maintain a balance of the ecosystem. A single sphere is not capable of its existence without interaction with the other spheres. Thank you. Please like, subscribe, and share.